All right, mic check, mic check. Let's see if this thing goes live. Should be good to go here. All right. Had to actually turn the light off over here because it was just crazy. So, welcome to the live stream for the week. I am going to be getting busy today building, or at least building on a T5 while I talk to you. What's up, Broken Tool? What's up, T-Web? I'm going to try to talk to you guys best I can. So, while I'm doing a little bit of work. So, if you're new to the channel, my name's Dan. This is Neomustangs, Fox Body Mustang channel. We're going to be putting a T5 together while we chat. May have to walk away from the camera a couple times. But I'm going to try to be active with the chat as I can see it. And we will be building on a T5. Appreciate all the likes. What's up, Sting Man? What's up, Nathan? What's up, Jim? Right off the jump, I appreciate Broken Tool. You are in green chat because you are a member of the club. And I want to thank you, and as I thank my club members every week. You guys hear me pretty well? Now, I may have to step away to get tools and stuff, but I'm pretty half set up. I had to grab my main shaft. We'll see how difficult. I had to change the lighting, like I said. I had to change the lighting because it was so bright that it was like, it was messing the camera up. So, I gotta unpack all my goodies. You guys, the volume's pretty good then? Or do I gotta turn it up? What's up, Joe Gidley? Another channel member. I appreciate you, man. Got my little... Let me see. Let me go to OBS real quick. Give me a second. All right, here we go. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit. If it's too loud, let me know. But it should be good. So, like I said, I'm going to try to build a T5 while I'm sitting here talking to y'all. Might as well make time of my use of my time, right? But like I said, I'm going to have to step away to get tools here and there. Matter of fact, I'll be right back. I got to get my other stuff. But I can still talk and hear you guys. I mean, right now I'm sitting here working on getting this bearing off this input shaft. We got going on. What's up, Alan? Appreciate you. Another club member. Anybody who's interested in joining the club, there's a join button on all my videos. And basically all it does is support the channel, you know, the people that, you know, your favorite content creators or whatever. So it's a really cool thing to do. What's up, Aside? What's up, Brutal? You still wouldn't own what? Yes, sir. If y'all didn't get a chance, go check out my man Brutal. He got a couple good live streams. Did you decide you were gonna go AOD? I didn't get a chance to watch it yet, so if you're gonna spoil it, don't. So, anyways, I gotta get some of these goodies apart. These things suck because, like, these bearings, pressing the bearings on, I've done this about 1,000 times, but, you know, I could do this stuff in my sleep. You gonna go C4? Did you break a T5, Brutal? Because you know I got 2 faceplates here I ain't doing shit to. One's right there. I just showed it in a live stream. You won't break that. Yeah. It's probably due. Did you change the fluid? Usually when it starts making noise, man, that usually means that input shaft starting to get beat up. What happens is, if you notice on the input shafts, it's got like a flat part of the gear here. If you look at this input shaft, when they get all beat up and they get a lot of heat and a lot of stretch, they start getting lines in them and they start turning colors. That's where a lot of your winding comes from. Same thing happens to the counter shaft right here. So, pretty dope. No, I don't use billet keys in my T5s. I never need them. The only 2 things I suggest using in T5s, if your gears are all messed up, like, check out this gear. I think I showed you guys this last week. Look at that thing. That thing's beat the shit. See the engagement teeth? Somebody's been driving on a synchronless. I mean, their synchros were beat up, bruh. But anyways, this thing I buy from Bob Halen every time. This thing is the counter shaft support plate. You put this thing in right here. And it literally keeps the counter shaft from kind of binding. Like the weakest part of the transmission, TKO and T5, is the case itself anyways. So, you know, that shit's held in with this little tin piece of garbage. Man, that ain't strong at all. I could cut through that with snips. You ain't gonna cut through a billet steel thing with snips. And then always use a cast iron steel bearing retainer. Now, if you got this set to 0 and this set to 0 where everything's tight inside and you got some nice synchros, T5 can handle some shit. I pretty much just, blue collar, I just pretty much discussed it there. I'm going to send it in a warranty work. Yeah, hey, Brutal, make sure they put those 2 parts in, and if you need help ordering this stuff, you know what I mean? But that was a Z-Spec, wasn't it? I got a 500. I got a 500 right there that I got to finish building. And I got a 600 right here I got to finish building. Those are both face plated. But I think I showed y'all the 600 last time. So, it's pretty cool. So, anyways, I got to get my contraption here. I got to get ready to pull these things off. But anyways, what's good? I changed the oil in the white car this week. Over here. We came to the conclusion that that little on-3 kit ain't working no more. Like, I'm kind of giving away my future videos. But I'm telling you, that 410 makes some damn speed, some steam, guys. Woo! Makes some steam. I'll tell you what, Brutal. You put a 3550 in that Calypso clone and you'll never change another transmission again. At least not at that power level, you know what I mean? So let me move you guys over here. I gotta press this thing in here. So like I said, I'm sorry if you're not catching me. I'm trying to do like 2 things at once, but you know, like this thing right here. Always change your sleeve. Always. Put a little grease on it. See what I mean? And I got this old beat up socket. Fits perfect on it. But this sleeve right here is super important for, like, your transmission will leak in the back. Your transmission will leak in the back if this is all beat up. And usually they're all beat up anyways. And these new kits that I get, you know, they have that nice seal. So if you got the seal, you got a new sleeve. Even if your input shaft's a little beat up, you know, when your transmission's leaking, I bet you half the time, 75% of the time, it's because this damn sleeve is all boogered up, and so isn't the input shaft. I keep pointing at the drive shaft that's over there. So, but this only goes on one way. It goes on with this little slot. Do you, broken tool, do you use assembly grease, i.e. driven? No, I don't use that. Go with the 6R80. Man, come on, Turbo Man. I want my dude to, I want him to go 3550. Brutal. We gotta, what's up, John Doe? Well, we gotta drop the dirt block off, drop in some, okay, so I want to be ready for that. I'll tell you what, once you go auto though, man, it might be something good for you, brother. Never know. Might not be too bad. That might be your calling. You know what I mean? So hold on a minute. Let me press this thing in here. Got this old beat up press from Harbor Freight. This thing been working. I cut these things here so I can adjust them. But this thing's built a lot of T5's. Oh, we're going crooked here. All right. Let's get this fixed. There we go. Now that slot has got to go in where that other slot is in the back. You see it right there? That's for oil. So, got to be lined up. I'm getting in a hurry here. That's my problem. I'm trying to get back to chat. So I'm sorry I'm not sitting here talking. There we go. Put that seal in. I got a new seal in recently. Yeah, I want him to keep the third pedal. Flow show, Mo Lopez. C4 has no overdrive. That's correct. You don't have to gear for it. Sweet ass sugar. What's up? Brutal. Do you sober up, Andrew? Yet? Allen's 89 GT Brutal Neo TKO 600 limiting factors is trans. Car makes 610. Nah, you'll be fine. Brutal, you're about to make some serious power with a dart block. Dart block ain't no joke, my man. Adrenocide, that's why I like the AOD. 408 Windsor DK Super Victor EFI. Sweet, let me get the seal in. Hammer it in. Here we go. Don't be making fun of my hammer. All right, so I got the sleeve. Oh, shit, I got to turn this back. What's up, David Crow? So I got the sleeve and I got the new seal. This trans should have no problem leaking. I don't know what Cousin Fred was doing there. Should be all right. So I always like to grease it up. Tired of the T5, huh? I've been beating the crap out of T5s for years. I don't know if y'all noticed it in my last video. Let me show you something cool. We was trying to figure out. Hang on. We were making some hits in Dad's car. And we were trying to figure out, you know, why it wouldn't go in gear. So, pretty sure that's why. What's up, Mod Motorhead? So he twisted an input shaft. We thought the clutch was bad, so I bought a new disc. But it wasn't. We just swapped it out real quick. So, no big deal. See, that's what I like about stock parts. I broke that thing. I brought it in here and had it fixed in like 3 hours. Whereas that video with that KISS thing I was telling y'all about, that sucked. I break something on my white car, man, I'm down forever. That's right, 300 horsepower, 325 horsepower supercharger done broke my input shaft. But, you know, my 500 horsepower turbo T5 in Project Hot Wheels still runs today like it ain't no problem. What? Yes, DK, I love the trick flow. Or I'm sorry, I love the RST twin disc. I actually have the RXT twin disc. I'm missing I'm missing my leg. Oh, sorry. Yeah, my T5 is going to look like that soon. Man, you got a T5 and 759 horsepower? On today's episode of How Fucked Up is Fucked Up. What's up, cousin Paul with the skull? All right. So I'm going to set up the top plate now. I'm not going to do the billet forks, but I can tell you that these little billet pads, or they make little billet pads, they're really good. But when you're setting up your top, you got to make sure that this thing ain't loose. This little thing that rides in the middle. And you got to check all your forks before you put your pads on to make sure there's no cracks in them. Or whatever. Now they bring you a kit. They give you this stuff to put on at the end. But I just changed this rubber seal, and I don't normally have a shipped rod problem like bending and whatever. So no big deal. So anyways, what else is good? DK, I'm in the middle of building an index driver at my house every day. Nice. What's up, Anthony Wilson? Make sure y'all hit that like, man. Hey, before you leave, if you go in and out, I appreciate everybody here. I got to lay out my pieces still. So I'll get this. Damn it, I got all that stuff over there. So, what else we got? How far along are you in the T5 build? Well, we kind of like preset this stuff. Cousin Paul, who's in chat here, him and Cousin Fred work for me. And all we do is Fox bodies all day. And actually, Cousin Paul disassembles the T5 for me and checks it out and tells me if something's jacked up. I order parts, they clean up the parts, I get it ready, and I put it together. But I know where everything, all the little secret crap that goes wrong with them's at. Like, I just almost forgot to put my seal on. That would have been bad. So, in this kit that I get from Hanlon Motorsports, shout out to Hanlon Motorsports, I have a video on my channel, how much power can a T5 handle? Man, I'm in Turbo, man. Living the dream, wish I did that for a living. Actually, I just kind of fell into it because, you know, it was just one of those things. You know, I was like, well, I got out of the military and I said, you know what? I'm going to give this a shot. And, you know, it's just like YouTube, you know, and subscribers. It's like the longer you're on, the more people know who you are. And it's good time, you know what I mean? I get to do, I mean, don't, trust me, we get tired of messing around with Fox bodies all the time. So it's kind of hard to, you know, actually have fun with them outside of working on them. You know what I mean? We don't work on anybody else's stuff either. It's just our own stuff. You know, I set stuff up for customers. Like, this is a customer's T5 swap. So I got to make sure his T5 was set up. So, anyway. Hey, there he is. Yo, brother, what's up? Yeah, Andrew Hanlon right there. This stuff all look familiar, Andrew? Shout out to Bob Hanlon out there in PA. They always send me. I mean, they're the type of people that I've known for so long and done business with them for so long that they send me Christmas cards. You know what I mean? So that's appreciated. That shit right there is real. You know what I mean? And Bob Hanlon is a gear shifting fool. At least he used to be. He got a pretty mean car still. It's probably hidden somewhere. I appreciate that, Turbo Man. What's up, John Doe? What's up, Mike Denver? Foxes are a good thing to be part of also. Fox bodies have gained no order. Yeah, that's true. Fox bodies ain't going nowhere, people. Like, I don't care what anybody says. Fox bodies ain't going nowhere. They're only going to get more expensive. They're going to get harder to find. And it's going to be harder to get, too, because people are going to be like, I know what I have. And I hate that. Christmas is canceled due to COVID this year. Be quiet, Joe. So, Christmas... It's collecting cobwebs. I'm ready to convert it to stock style suspension and coyote swap it. Man, don't do that. Nothing would be cooler. Nothing would be cooler than seeing you bring old dad's car out. You know what I'm saying? Bring old dad's car out and start banging gears yourself. One thing you want to check on cases too. Look, check me out. Like, all right. All right. So this is a casting mark. Some transmissions have marks in them. They're long marks. They look like they're cracks and they're not. Things you want to, if you're going to rebuild your transmission, you want to drill all these screws out. Not the Healy coil themselves, but because gasket sealer gets stuck in here. So you want to just take a drill bit that's smaller so you don't mess threads up. It's an easy way to take the gasket sealer out. But you want to check all your threads, because sometimes these threads are so boogered up you got to get them Healy coiled. And they like to crack right here because people over torque these. This fill and this drain this is a tapered plug. So it only goes in like hand tight and a little bit past, and that's it, you know what I mean? So if you're ever working on T5, don't over torque that stuff. Blue collar, I gotta drag my boy's ass on the night. Oh, damn. 3rd gen Camaros are nice too. Junior Juvie, what gears are you running in Dad's car? 373s. Yeah, thread chasers work too, but what I found is a little drill bit actually brings it right out. You spin it the other way, like backwards or whatever, and it'll actually bring it all out. You blow it out, it's done. I was told a 94, 95 GT T5 are Z-Spec T5. That's wrong. GTs are I don't know if they're a 238 code or 246 code. I'm trying to remember. Their input shaft is longer by about 1/8 of it, or about a 1/2 inch or whatever. I think that's right. Correct me if I'm wrong, Andrew, but I know the input's longer. You could take a Fox input and put it in a Fox input from a 90, 93 and put it in a 94, 95 trans, and it worked. Problem is the 94, 95 trans in a Fox body, they don't have the neutral safety on the top plate either. You know what I mean? So it's best just to stick with your era. You know what I mean? They don't have this. They don't have they don't have the neutral safety switch with the pin. So bell housing is different too. That's correct. Bell housing on a 94, 95 literally says 5.0 at the top. A Fox body bell housing is an E6ZR. See that? And if you go check out my videos, if you noticed, there's actually bosses that you could make this work on a TKO. See the bosses inside? Little bosses right here. You can drill those out and put Healy coils in them. Anyway, let me get back here. We got Scott chat. Let me tell you what, man. Don't sleep on 94, 95s. Funny thing is nobody will want them, and in like 10 years from now, they're going to be like the collector's thing. Because everybody got rid of them. So sweet ass sugar. Do them bolt breaks. Take them out, and especially in... Okay. Put 8 Healy coils in a set of rescued GT40s. Man, I'll tell you what, dude. Cousin Paul and Cousin Fred, they be going after GT40 stuff all the time for me in the business. And I'm going to tell you what, you'll never, there's always either a Healy coil or multiple extractions that have to happen. Because them Explorers aren't nice to those heads. They never were. Especially in the front input or the front intake bolts on the heads. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I agree, Brutal. It's a 2-year thing, man, and everyone's going to be like, just like the Capris, like the 80, late 85, 86 only, I think Capri was like an EFI thing. Like, they stopped making Capris in that, like, Fox body style. And then 86 was like the only year they EFI'd them, man. That's like a dream of mine. Having an 86 original Capri bubbleback EFI car, like a speed density. Like, I wish Dad's car was an EFI Capri. It would be pretty dope. F3 ZE heads. So they have the smog port in the back, Joe. Adrenocide, Joe, whatever. I know who you are now. What's up, Trunk Back Jim? What's the best shifter for T5? They all work pretty good. I like the Steedas. I like the stoppers. You know what I mean? So you don't overshift. But, I mean, they all, you know, it's just... I always go with the Steeda handle, though. So I always have the little Steeda handle. Where am I at here? I'm gonna start building this main shaft, I think. What's up with 50 Tussin? I still have the T5 I took out of my car. I swapped it. I did to make the noise and the grinding any gears, but looked you out of the second. It was trying to shift out of high RPM. What causes that? Most likely your slider and your engagement teeth, Bobby 4-valve. Most likely the slider and your engagement teeth are beat up beyond. If it's popping out of gear, that's why. Because your engagement teeth are all beat up. And so isn't the slider, which is right here. Because your second gear slider engages with it. So these are all beat up and that's all beat up. So tell you what, don't misplace this little pin here. Ask Cousin Paul about that. So Tussin stopped his tube channel. That's right. Synchros don't cause them to pop out, boys. Let me go back and show you. So, is something going on with Tussin? Because somebody brought that up. So anyways, the engagement teeth were all beat up. And if these are all beat up, this is how it pops out. Just wouldn't let you shift at high RPMs, like hitting a wall. That is definitely synchro and clutch adjustment. So, faux show. Okay. Faux show. Dig up in this hole. That sounded stupid. I don't think that's supposed to stick out that far, but we'll check it real quick. I think I might have the wrong one, Cousin Paul. Did you put the wrong one in there, Cousin Paul? Interesting. I wonder if we could get him on here. He said he wasn't having any fun. Dude, there's a lot of editing with this stuff, and Brutal can tell you the same thing. I think I mentioned it last stream. Like, if you guys wanted to start your own YouTube channel, you know, there's a lot to it, man. This editing crap is for the birds. Now, I enjoy doing it. I don't have a problem with it. You know what I mean? I make some pretty cool little thumbnails. Y'all click on stuff. You hit my likes. I get some subscribers. And, you know, everything's good. But, you know, it's definitely not something that's fun to do all the time. So, I might be stuck here a little bit. I don't know why it's doing that. So what I'm having a problem with is my 13/16 plug is not liking, like there's something caught in there. Now I don't understand why. Let me check over here on the bench. Interesting. So anyways, going back to chat. What's up, Hitman? Neo, your thumbnail game is on. I appreciate that. What's up? What's the agenda? Keep it up, Brutal. Brutal stuff is his thumbnails are better than mine. I'm having problems trying to figure out, like, I'm trying to do like some good catchy phrases, but like I can't get like the really cool like neon pink like lifted off the like picture, whatever. Sub count will go up, Brutal. Yeah, his stuff's on fire. Listen, I think YouTube, like, I don't think it matters. Like, you could have the best content in the world, and I'm pretty sure YouTube is going to still, it'll still monitor you. You know what I mean? You can only do so much. You know what I mean? So, yeah, there's something in there. You can only do so much. That's right. You got to get people to click. But like YouTube will only let you, it'll only show your stuff to so many people. It, like, you can't just, like, I feel bad for my buddy Chris Watson, Project Stock Bottom Man, because he just started he's got a really good Facebook business thing that I'm admin on. And he, make sure you go check out Project Stock Bottom Man. That's Chris Watson, made $9.15 on a Stock Bottom Man. You guys will know him. And anyways, like a guy of that notoriety in our genre, his YouTube videos, or his YouTube itself, everybody should just subscribe to it, because he's going to do a build video on that whole black coupe of his. He hasn't just got there yet. He's waiting for the winter or whatever, because everything's been busy. But, I think that YouTube monitors you to where you can't just blow up. You know what I mean? When we going to see Brutal and Neo? Heads up, Rack. That's my dude, man. I'd have to bring old Dad's car down. He and I'd have a little bit of fun on the street. Maybe bring the black car. That'd be dope. He lives quite a few states away from me, so I'm not going to say where he lives because I don't think he shares stuff like that, and that's respectful, so. But, you know, we'll see each other. I know I'm definitely going to Foxcast. I don't remember what it's called. It's a Fox Fest or whatever. And I'll probably end up for sure going to Mustang Week. So I'm sure I'll see these guys eventually. We'll cross paths. Fox Takeover, or Ford Takeover, that's it. Hang on, I'll be right back. Gotta find my drill. Tell you what, it's getting cold up here in Ohio. Sucks. I'm in New Hampshire, so Gladford, DK, Blue Collar Fox. When and where is the takeover? Check out Fox. Check out Facebook. He's got it on Facebook. YouTuber Fox Body Shot Out. Ads. Jackson, Tennessee, April-May time frame. There you go. So, anyway. Got to be something in there. So, what else we got going on here? Supercharged versus turbo. What, Dad's car versus Brutal? Nah, he would drag me. I'm going to put a turbo on Dad's car anyway. What the hell is going on here? Interesting. So anyway, this pen's about pissing me off. No idea why it's doing that. Never done it to me before. Now I ain't no versus now. Thoughts on split block horsepower numbers. What do you mean? When does it split? Money Pit Mustang Brian, Neo and Brutal at Ford Takeover would be epic. Mo Lopez, Neo, you got any Fox seats for sale? Man, I got 50 of them. I don't mean to say it like that. It's just, seats are hard to sell because it takes me 3 hours to box them, and then everybody gets mad because I have to charge $200 to ship them. Or like the box is like this big. 351 versus 351 turbo. Gear it up. Gear it till you fear. Hang on, I'll be right back. I gotta grind this. Anyway, sorry about that. You know, what's your thoughts on the HO numbers people put on the stock block? Let me come back to that, Brutal. Mike Denford. I've always heard 600 plus, crack. What Brutal said. They really don't split. It's a roll of dice. All right, this is my thoughts on it. Okay. Now, stock block isn't, it's weak, but it's not weak. And the reason why I say that is because all the blocks that I split, which is 3, all split at the same spot. Number 2 main. Now what I think is, yeah, it's a little weak at number 2 main. But I think it's the crank that's the weak part. So how do you defeat the crank splitting on you? Well, you really don't. You just go with a forged. But as far as horsepowers are concerned, I think they start to split. They start to stretch too much. But I think it's all in the tune. If you can keep your fuel right, and you can resist detonation, it's really the load on the crank. It's a roll of the dice. But you know, if you can keep the if you can keep the block, you know, keep the fuel right, keep the timing right, you know what I'm saying? Then it'll stay alive. But my thoughts are they split about 600. Now a lot of people claim that they make this, they make that on a stock bottom end. I mean, like, I'm not going to call anybody out, but I know that with my knowledge of motors and stuff, it's really hard. Yeah. Like, when somebody tells me that they make 800 wheel and they're running 60-pound injectors, knowing from a tuning point, 60s are out of fuel at like 650. You know what I'm saying? 600 on my dyno. Like, 60s are done. So when people like have 80s, I always ask them what their next, you know, how much timing, how much boost, and you know, what did you do? You know, what do you have for an injector? Like 80s on, like I've maxed 60s, I've maxed 80s, I've maxed 42s. On E85, I even pushed the limits of 160s, which is a lot of horsepower. But, you know, like I said in my other video, I got to go grind this again. Like I said in my other video, that stuff is like not fun anymore. It sucks. Because, like, you're always chasing a number, and it's like, man, ooh, that's hot. Ooh, that's hot. All right, let me catch up here. Valve train is the man. Okay, forged crank. Hey, I'm sorry, there's a little bit of a delay. I'm running OBS, so there's probably a 10 or 20 second delay there. And I appreciate everybody for being patient or whatever, so. Let me catch up with chat here in just a second. Hey, we got it to work. work. Hey. So, I'm thinking you're Turbo John. I don't have to worry about okay, so let me try to catch up in chat here. Tim Brewer, Neo, about to contact Hanlon for a T56 Magnum. Thanks for promoting them. Hard to find reputable people these days. Man, let me tell you what. Andrew, I don't know if Andrew's still in chat, but those are the only people I deal with. Because they're going to, you know, they're going to take care of you if there's a problem. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting keys in right now. So, bear with me. Trying to put a main shaft together. And follow chat. Shows everything. What's up, John Brewer? What's up? You want to do a call on my next live stream? You talking to me, Brutal? All right, so there's this little slot that's in the #1 race. That's the little pin I was dealing with. I don't know what happened, but usually that pin just goes right in and there's no problem. But apparently we had a little bit of an issue. So it is what it is. Yeah, I'll do a call. I don't care. You know I love that stuff. I've been live streaming video games for a long time with Twitch and stuff, but not a long time enough to have any subscribers, but I do like my video games, man. I'm 43. I think Brutal does it on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I was going to start doing Tuesdays, but Sunday nights are kind of my thing, you know, and I don't, you know, if I get in somebody else's time frame, you know, I don't mean to. So I'm pretty sure, you know what? I'm going to take the time real quick. How long are we in this stream? 47 minutes? All right, check us out. I want you guys, you see Brutal here in the live stream. I want you to check out his sub. I want you to sub his channel. Gearhead 704. I've been watching a lot of his stuff. That's Maddie over at Fox Rest. It's not Maddie, but he works with Maddie, I think. He's got some good stuff. Always be clicking on 50 Tussin. He might not be making content right now, but don't sleep on him yet. Foxcast Media, Caleb. Who else we got out there? Donnie B, Justin91LX. Yeah. Demon Fox 50. I've been watching a lot of his stuff lately. Just checking out some of the other tube stuff, you know. So I did want to shout out all those all those, you know, all those upcoming channels. You know, if you guys are interested in Brutal merch, he's got a nice t-shirt shelf going on. If you're interested in my club membership, I got the join button below. I'll have a merch shelf soon. But, you know, I do appreciate, you know, most of the time you're just supporting the channel, just watching the content that we put out. So, where are we at here? I'll put the rear bearing on. This is the part I hate the most. Because I hate taking this main shaft and putting this reverse in. All right, Dave. Good night, Dave. Justin91, definitely not following Kiss. Y'all share a lot of subscribers. I probably try to keep them separate sometime. He got a lot of, Bruce's got a lot of subscribers. I mean, we share a lot, but I mean, there's no way, you know, he's 27K. So he's got a lot of, you know, a lot of people out there. No one around here knows a 4150 better than me. Josh Bergman, need to collaborate would be sick. We're going to try to do that. Andrew Hanlon, I got to get some, give me a Brutal t-shirt. There you go. He's got some cool designs. Oh, here we go. Ha ha ha. This never happens. That never happens. Bob's turning over he's upset right now. Reverse is always a nightmare for me. But it is what it is. I'm not no professional shop. I mean, Hanlon Motorsports, they got a really, really nice shop. So, yeah, I'm just trying to keep things alive here with Fox Body T5s. Hey Andrew, I asked your dad to help me put these faceplates together, and he told me no. The Hitman. I already subbed to Brutal and Justin. What's up, Andrew? I got to get me a Brutal t-shirt. Yeah, I think I already. LMAO. TB Jones, what's up? I appreciate the club membership. Shout out to you, Neil. When can we get decals? I got to get them made. I'm so sorry. I have the big ones that go on the windshields, but I got to get some. I got to get that stuff done. How much of a difference is a turbo versus first supercharger in the same boost power level? Well, supercharger makes all its power early, and turbo comes in hard. So, as far as parts are concerned, turbo is a lot easier on parts than supercharger is. As you guys can already see, when I took Dad's, I twisted that input shaft. If you didn't see it earlier, where'd I put it? 325 horsepower. Ridiculous. But it is what it is. So, yeah. Let me lay this stuff out. What we got going on? Love the live, brother. Thanks for having me. Hey, Brutal, I'm glad you stopped by. I appreciate everything. We're going to run probably another 15 or 20 minutes. And I'm going to try to get a couple other things set up. But I may have to stop here because I'm going to need another gear. And I don't feel like that's going to take me a few minutes, and I don't feel like walking away from the stream with it or whatever. So, White Dragon. Anybody around my way in Florida? Florida's too damn hot. So, I'm going to lay this stuff back out now. Winter is coming. I wish I was in Florida, no doubt. Turbo Man. No, the cops are here. I gotta go. What happened there? I'm about to move. Later, Turbo Man. So, I'm gonna have to step away for a minute. I think I got a gear. See, this is what happens when you get a speedometer that's bouncing around, because Fox bodies are mechanically driven when it comes to speedometers. If you look at this gear, you can see see how it's wore out in the middle. If you have this is wore out and the end of your VSS gear is got some chipping or wore out, then it's gonna skip all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So. Let me step away just for a second, see if I got a quick gear in the back. So I can flip the main shaft over and continue doing it. All right, so I'll just flip this over and continue working on my main shaft while I talk to y'all. Get the main shaft built and I'll finish the rest. Make sure y'all hit that like for me. What's up, Smurf TT? That's cousin Paul's wife, Sandy. Nathan Madden, how hard is it only to replace the speedo gear? You have to take the rear tail shaft housing off. Broken tool garage, probably tail shaft removal. Yep, speedo gear replace is easy. You just got to take it off. What's the best location route for my innovated AFR harness through the firewall? Probably go through the steering column boot. John Doe, I had to add VSS to my 87. No cruise control from factory. Our PWPM, etc. No sunroof. Thanks, guys. Needed one in my car. Okay, Anthony Wilson. Somebody told me power shifting causes the speedo gear to strip. I don't know about all that. Could. So now I'm getting my keys lined up. Got to line up the synchro. I like to use grease because grease is like glue. Put a little grease on the key. Got them all in the slots. Put some OxyClean on. Some of my comments not showing. So I don't know why. Let me see if I could change some of this edit. Mod motor. When is the white car's dyno coming out? I'm working on that video right now. It'll be out next week. There's probably about a 20 or 30 second delay. There's a little bit of a delay, so I apologize. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on now. There's little slots in here you got to follow. Andrew, does Bob got you doing this stuff? I knew there was a key catching. I usually like to run a rubber band around it, but be all right. Neo putting in the work. Yes, sir. So like I said, there's a little bit of a delay in chat because of the OBS, but no big deal. So it's kind of funny. You're sitting here watching me, aren't you? You're like, let's see if he does it right. That's okay. Of course I dropped it. Now I got to call your mom for a new one. Just kidding. See, these are the synchros you get in their kit, man. It's Tremec straight carbon fiber blocker rings. I think they use these in the T5's too, don't they? I've been mainly trying to get the sight done. There you go. You'll have to paint the Smurf car. That's right. Why don't you fix my face plates, Andrew? Here you go. There you go. I'm gonna hold this up here for y'all. Andrew Hanlon is Bob Hanlon's son. He's in my chat. This is the people I've been dealing with for many years. I bought my T56 Magnum and the T56 Magnum faceplate. I bought the Magnum from them, but I sent it to Liberty to have it faceplated. But when I rebuild T5's all the time, I buy all my parts through them. So that's their number. There's their card. For everybody that's wondering what I'm talking about. You think Tussin will ever come back to YouTube? I don't know. You got to make sure this snap ring is in place, man, or you will mess that thing up. I'm completely disorganized today. Trying to do the live stream and this at the same time. There we go. You got to have this little spacer for second gear bearing. Andrew, you got a, you guys got a YouTube channel or something, or your just website or something? Good night. Good night, Sandy. I gotta grab my second gear. Where is second gear? Oh. Right here. See, this second gear is in pretty good shape. Got a little bit of scoring on the teeth, but it's okay. Tussin has had a, and what? We can ship parts to Canada. Transmissions are tough right now because the border is being shut down. Good night, White Dragon. I appreciate you coming by, my man. Make sure you guys hit that like, please. On the way out, if you haven't. I know it's kind of probably boring to a lot of you guys, but I mean, I'm just sitting here working and talking. What's up, Missouri? So I got to put this other spacer in. These things right here suck, Andrew. The snap clip for the second gear. Sometimes it binds on third gear. You know what I'm saying? Like, look how loose that is. The kit ones suck. I've had a problem with them for a long time. I always just go back to the factory one and put it on. Even though it's used, it's a snap clip. So what do y'all think about me and Brutal collaborating on a live stream? That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Now, how I check to see if that works is to check my third gear without the bearing and make sure it goes over top of it. See how it is? Kind of nice. Anyway. And yes, we have a YouTube. I have to build it up. Getting Bobby on camera is like waiting on you. Well, you know what? I learned how to build a T5 from Bob Hanlon's little CD he made all them years ago. He was selling them on YouTube or selling them on eBay and stuff. That's how I learned. I dissected that video 100 times before I just memorized it. And then now I just know all the little secrets. Neo, what is the issue with that transmission? Nothing. We're just rebuilding it. There's absolutely this transmission was in excellent shape. I don't know if Cousin Paul's still on the channel, but it's in excellent shape. What ring gap and brand rings do you for a hyper piston turbo application? Total seal, plasma moly, ring gap 25. I thought that video had long ass time ago. That's right. And that video was very informative. So secrets in the sauce. All right. I had a couple customers a couple times try to tell me that, you know, the transmissions were junk or whatever when I built them. Yeah, 1 in 100. I get the transmission back and, you know, they're all burned up because they never put any oil in them. He's like, "Oh, I thought it came with oil and it came full," and I'm like, "Nope." So it's always a good thing. It's always good practice when you're putting a T5 together to kind of put some Dex 3 on all the wearables. That way when it goes to wear in, it's not dry. Does that make sense? So, what we're doing here. I gotta pop these keys. Come on, baby. Andrew, put that video on. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You should take your dad's video, download it to your laptop or whatever, and put that thing up on YouTube. I mean, there's plenty of people out there that would still watch it. A lot. What else we got going on? Cheapest ATF you can find. Walmart's finest. Talking about Super Tech? Where is my other keys? Please. Now I'm missing my other keys. There they are. I want to remake it, make it current. Not look like it's from the 90s. I mean, your dad had a lot of hair there. That's funny. That is funny. So, Andrew, did you go on all those vacations with your mom and dad? Because they're always in Aruba. They must go to Aruba like 5 times a year. I put the Ford friction modifier on the rear end in my transmission. John Williams, hi. Will my C4 hold up to a 347 stroker? It should, if it's got a good pump and a good John Williams. It's got a good valve body. I think the collab would be great. The current topic he is considering is 6R80 swap or Calypso clone. Now I run the shop and they vacation. Of course. Should show the old man and then remake it. It would be funny because Bob would probably be sitting in the back looking at him saying, "You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong." Because I would probably do that same thing to my son. You know what I mean? So, I'm just getting this started. Now I got to press it on. Make sure my key's still in place. Uno momento, por favor. All right. I got quite the collection of bearing races that helps press things on. It's pretty amazing. What we got going on? Do you sell parts? Yes. Look at the main shaft going together. That's right. I'm going slow, man. I usually can do this in like an hour. But, you know, I'm trying to keep up with chat with you guys and talk to you guys because, you know, it's kind of boring when your host doesn't say anything. But me moving over here to the shop kind of was a good thing. You know? So, me moving back over here to the shop for the live stream really kind of changed my live stream for me. You know? Makes it worth doing because I can actually work and do cool stuff in the shop while I talk to you guys and collab it up, you know? Now you want to line this key up with the indent on your synchro or you're going to be wishing you didn't do that, you know what I mean? So, we got this crooked somehow. Yep. It's this, these boards. So. May have to reset this. My wood boards kind of suck. I got to make some new ones. My blocks. There we go. Line it up. It'll sit in the key. See that? Nice and tight. There's always this like 10, or not 10,000, probably 100, 150,000 thing. You can see your teeth all set. Go back in here. Make sure I put my slider back on. Let me catch up with chat here. Do you guys think the Team Z is the best to go with the K member? It's a pretty good K member. I like QA1, UPR. They're all pretty good. UPR in the front right. If the video is still for sale, I would buy it, Andrew. Andrew, link your whatever in chat. You know what I'm saying? I had a problem with my teeth. I went to what? Ford, yes. Hit UPR. What's the Instagram name? There you go. You guys can collab all you want in my channel. I don't really care. Like as far as like your Instagrams and stuff. We have a pretty tight niche community with Fox bodies. You know what I'm saying? I should have put this on. I don't know what I was doing. So we're good. We're good. Pretty much have the main shaft done. I just got to make sure I don't forget my gear. So, anyways. So, I think I'm going to call it a night there. Hope you guys enjoyed watching me put half of a T5 together. If you guys are interested, like I said, I got a club membership. And I also have t-shirts that I'm just now starting to sell. If you guys are interested. If not, I appreciate everybody for being here today. Make sure you hit that like before we end. Comments. I'm okay with comments. I was a little distracted, so I wasn't as talkative as I used to be. Make sure you check out all those channels I talked about earlier. What else? I appreciate everybody for watching. God, what else was I going to say? I don't remember. I was going to say something at the end and I forgot. Anyways, upcoming videos are the Mustang dyno, the white Mustang dyno, the nitrous, the dad's car with nitrous on the dyno. And if we got track time this year, we're going to do nitrous versus superchargers. So, like I said, I appreciate everybody for stopping in. And I will see you guys all very soon. I'm sorry I didn't get a lot of chat. Building a T5, talking. I think this is really cool. This is something I might end up doing a lot when I got a T5 to build. Or even an engine. It is a lot dirty, so I don't like to touch anything. But I appreciate everybody. I'll see you guys soon. Have a good night.